Good morning, Falcons. Caleb Brown reporting on Ffcn. We are aware that for the past few years, climate change has played a major part in the rate of natural disasters. These natural disasters include floods, storms, and extreme heat. Unfortunately, only 10% of the U.S. in general is safe to live in right now. But we should take more action to stop these increasing temperatures, rather than sit around and let it get worse. Now Ms. Willis will take over.
Good morning, everyone. Flora Willis here. As Caleb said, these changes in the environment also affects the weather and the way people live in their communities. For example, people living in the coastal areas are affected by high tides on the beach. Tidal flooding worsened by sea rise and almost led to $500 million in real estate value. This results in more flooding in the streets and homes. Floridians could be forced to move from the coast as sea levels rise.
Yes, and will be pricey to move from Florida to other states.
Just 1 in 10 homes in Florida were affected by natural hazards and many places with high climate risk. Now let us go over to Maria to give you some more insight on how people are affected by climate change.
Good afternoon, Maria Marston reporting live from the front of John F. Kennedy's Magnet Loop. I am currently here with Mateo Hurst about how he has been affected by climate change. So Mateo, how long have you been living in this area of North Miami Beach?
I have been living here for 25 years since I moved here from Cuba.
What natural disasters have you seen since you've been in North Miami Beach?
I have seen more tropical storms, which causes more flooding. Many minor floods happen more often than before. But I do remember one time when my daughter was at school, she was telling me that the water was reaching her ankles. I was surprised when she told me that.
Wow. Anyway, how do you think climate change is affecting these floods that happen?
I feel like climate change has a substantial impact on these floods. Like, for example, last week there was a big thunderstorm with heavy rains, and these storms went on for a week. Also, there was a time when I could not move my car out of the driveway because of the rain. It is crazy that things like this are happening more often. In Cuba, it was not this bad of storms.
Crazy. Now, if you knew the risk of the storms, why would you move to Florida, of all places?
I am used to the tropical climate conditions, and I figured out how to adapt to the hot weather. Another reason is because of money. Initially, I wanted to move to San Francisco, but the housing prices there are ridiculous, so I chose to move here.
That is true. My family wanted to move to New York, but housing is expensive there also.
See, I really had no other choice.
Well, thanks for talking with me, Mateo.
Of course, my pleasure, Maria.
Now let us hear Juliana on how we can fix climate change.
Good afternoon, everyone. Juliana Sanchez reporting from the Scream for Green Room. Today, I will be telling you how we can prevent climate change. One way we can reduce climate change is by replacing high-emitting fuels like coal, oil, and gas. We can replace these gases with solar, wind, and nuclear power. Next, we can use vehicles with petrol and diesel. Fuels like this would reduce air pollution and cut down on climate change. We can also change the way we eat. Eating healthier foods can lower our environmental impact. Also, this can decrease our carbon footprint by up to 500 kilograms per year. Another way we can reduce climate change is by how we spend our money. As humans, we have a choice on what we spend our money. Donating to programs that are dedicated to reducing climate change can help the environment. The last thing we can do is speak up. Speaking up is the most important thing we can do. It informs others that we need to change our habits to make a difference in our habits and decisions. This is Juliana Sanchez, and thank you for watching this section. Now, we will go back to the Ffcn headquarters to conclude the show.
Thank you. Now to conclude, we know that climate change is playing a major part in increasing natural hazards. These include floods, storms, and extreme heat. Natural hazards caused by climate change can change the way we live in our neighborhoods. To prevent the increase of climate change, we can eat better, donate, change our transportation, and change our ways of receiving energy. And most importantly, speak up. To end, we can do numerous things to help stop climate change. I'm Caleb Brown, and this is the end of the show. Remember to live life and recycle.